Did you already put out
Yeah.
the YouTube on the? All right, let me go grab that. Let me tweet that. Anyways, welcome to Politics Usual episode. What is this? 26.
Yeah, 26.
I,
Saquon Barkley.
I was doing such a good job at keeping up with those, and then just just stopped. But yeah, we back. I don't. We just figured out what the fuck we're talking about.
Hey, those make for the best episodes though. So
Yeah, they do. I'm not really one for having to you know be beholden to a schedule most of the time.
all right.
It's better we can freestyle it. But I'm AJ, Ronnie Fee are both here.
So
With how's everybody's week been as the Roni continues its onslaught?
trying not to die at work, trying not to lose my job. but no, seriously, I mean it is what it is now, Big Rona here to stay. So you just
Hey,
gotta you just gotta navigate through it because it's
as
here to stay.
as the great Avon Barksdale once said, the game is the game.
The game is the game.
Fee, how's your week been? I see you finally got some Uncle Nearest in your life.
Man, my week has been much of the same. Looking at job offers. Other than that, I'm chilling, man.
Did you crack open the Uncle Nearest yet? Which one did you get?
This boy here about to tear this whole bed up. I keep hearing all this boom.
The 100 proof.
Wait, what?
Katie, come here.
Tell mom I said hi.
Oh,
Katie, come here.
You went and spent the big bucks and got the 100 proof. All right. But yeah, we going so in the midst of us talking about how no good music came out in 2020. Why did I say 2016? In 2020, I actually found out two rap albums dropped that I hadn't heard anyone talking about, both in April, and one in April, one in May. One was Asher Roth. Fuck knew he was still making music. That album was actually pretty good. And the second was this kid from Atlanta, Riverdale, actually, where I used to live in Atlanta, named Deante Hitchcock, who dropped an album called Better in May, and it was actually really good.
yeah, man. And for those who don't know, he actually has a really cool story. He would just drop car freestyles on Twitter, and then eventually, he got signed, and he got recognition from like big rappers like J. Cole. You may have heard him on the Return of the Dreamers album, and then he actually dropped his like his studio debut, and yeah, man, dude could rap. So this is like one of the coolest things to come out of like Twitter in the long, like since we've been on here, because he really started off just dropping videos and then he got noticed. But yeah, dude's really talented. I'm glad that he was able to ascend to the top rap levels where he is now.
Yeah, because I didn't notice him on the Return of the Revenge of the Dreamer shit, because I didn't pay that shit no attention, because it's so many damn features on there. It's like I don't know who these niggas are. I'm listening for the Dreamville camp, and I got Guap Dad 4000, whoever the fuck that is.
Hey man, I actually like Guap Dad.
I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just saying this nigga's on half the record. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, I listen to a Dreamville album for the Dreamville niggas, but that shit was a featurette for the young niggas. I guess Cool Cole doing that. But yeah. Someone retweeted him retweeting the freestyle he dropped in 2016, and I was like, God damn, this nigga rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that nigga was spitting. And so I was like, okay, let me go listen to the album off the strength of this freestyle. And yeah, that's probably the most impressed I've been with a nigga I never heard of before since Sean Smith.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised because this isn't typically your lane. So to hear you say like you like that, I was like, okay.
I mean, if niggas can rap, it's typically my lane. Like, the fact that I went in knowing that the nigga could rap, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, he nice. Like, so I will listen to his whatever style of music he doing because of the fact that the nigga was like is nice on the mic. Like, I'll listen to it simply for that reason. But yeah, he like well, go ahead, Fee. We'll get your take in before I go to specific songs. I like.
Oh no, I liked him. I listened to it about 4 times a day. I started off in the car because if it didn't hit in the car, I was turning that shit off. Not gonna lie to you, I was just gonna sit here silent through this segment. But nah, I think it was only one song I didn't really like on there. The rest of them, I think was pretty good. It's a real short listen, and then you had my boy Black on there, so I had to give him a chance off the strength of that. So
your boy Six Lack.
Young Black.
Yeah, my boy Six Lack had him on there. So he had a Miguel feature too, which I was kind of surprised about. But it's a real good listen. I think people should check it out.
I'll admit, as soon as whoever that young nudie dude is came on that record, I skipped that shit. Like soon as his verse came on, I went to the next song. I never heard of it. I've heard Wag talk about him, which lets me know that he's into some real ignorant shit.
Oh no, young nudie is a real street nigga, man.
Yeah, no, I can tell. Wag.
And typically those dudes can rap, so yeah.
Yeah, Wag tweeted the other day. He was like, "I feel like robbing somebody." That was like, "You must have been listening to Duty." And he was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "This probably ain't my lane," so I'll skip this. And then the joint, I think it's "Give Me Your Money."
That shit ass, bro.
Yeah, that was alright.
That was the only miss to me being a flawless album. Like
But growing up, Mother God was fire. Like that's one of the better records I've heard in a minute.
Yeah, that's the standout to me, and of course, anytime Jizz on the track, I like that too. But yeah, growing up, Mother God is definitely the standout for me.
Yeah, I heard that one, and I was like, okay, yeah, that sealed it for me that I was at least gonna revisit this album multiple times because the track it was dope. Like it's uplifting to Black women. It's a super hard record. You could tell he took his time penning that. I like it. I'm shocked at the features he got on this to get. JID I kind of expected because of the Dreamville thing and both being young Atlanta niggas, but to have Miguel on this to get and I guess Black does, he does rock with him and JID are cool. They from Atlanta. So but he did his thing on this one. And there's actually a director's cut on Tidal where he gives commentary on all the songs. I haven't listened to that yet.
Damn. I ain't trying to spend no money on Tidal, but I might have to go check that out because I like seeing the story behind why certain songs is made. Like,
it's better with commentary, and so he's got like commentary on he's doing an introductory commentary, and then like after each song he has like 40 seconds, 36 seconds, 43 seconds, 38 seconds. Funny enough, the Give Me Your Money has the longest. One of the longest commentaries.
hey, this album of the year for Give Me Money.
That shit is like that's an immediate skip. Next time I play through that, I was like, nope, not for to listen to that. But I'm glad to see that it's some young dudes out here that's really rapping. That's getting some shine.
And to take it back what you said earlier, 2020 has had some nice projects already. I just want to throw that out there. Maybe not your lane, but
Yeah, that's what I want to bring up next. Okay, so there's this gap in 2020, but music has still been released and music is still released. So what are like some projects that y'all listen to that deserve some shine that may be going under the radar because the obvious pandemic going on right now?
Let's see. For me, Forever Live Sessions by Men I Trust. That actually, my homeboy Aaron sent this to me. Me and him, we talk guitar stuff because we're both learning to play guitar, and he sent me them off YouTube. It's just this group of five white musicians that like just make like slow lo-fi neo soul shit. But they made these songs in a garage and they recorded them live and put them on the album. So that's good, like laid back music. Oppo Brown, Opaque, really good EP from them. And Alina Baraz, It Was Divine. Kevin Garrett. Wait, where's his album? I know he dropped the album this year. Never mind, that shit ain't on my title no more for whatever reason. And Chris Anderson, who is Mac Ayer's drummer. Do I might have this shit say? So, Chris Anderson. His album "Smile While You Can." That would probably be my favorites. Chris Anderson's album. If you go to listen to that, he's a drummer. Typically plays like R&B, neo soul stuff, but he's not a singer. So he has a guest singer on almost every track. I think there's 15 tracks, and 9 of them have guest vocals. Even one of them was co-produced by Jazzy Jeff, like the second track on there.
Okay.
Which apparently I found this out a few years ago. Jazzy Jeff was huge in like the neo soul production scene after he like went underground.
Jazzy Jeff was like an associate of like the Soulquarians era. Like Jazzy Jeff is like a legit producer. Like most people only know him, of course, as Jazz from Fresh Prince, but he released 2 albums in like the early 2000s. Like he it's like Return of the Magnificent or something like that. But yeah, like Jazzy Jeff is dope, man.
Yeah. Those would probably be, and then there's a Birmingham group called The Monastery that dropped the album today. I haven't gotten to listen to it yet.
Oh yeah, I did. I have that one bookmarked. I saw they dropped it while I was at work. I'm definitely gonna listen to them. Shout out to Monastery because I saw them perform. They got good energy, so I'm interested to see what this project's gonna sound like.
Yeah. So I got that like bookmarked to listen to probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking through albums that like came out this year, and I think if I want to highlight something, it's so Alchemist had a good year. He the price of Tea in China, Bodie James, that came out earlier this year, and then he also did Alfredo with Freddie Gibbs. So those are 2 albums, and while it's not an album, I do think I want to like highlight this. A rapper that I started listening to like last year. Typically, I wasn't into his stuff, but like his last album was so good, I started listening to it. A rapper named JPEG Mafia. He's been dropping like Lucy's on YouTube, and I think he was planning on dropping an album, but he would just like guerrilla style shoot a video and then drop a song for it. And every song he's been dropping has been fire. So I think like that deserves to be recognized. But yeah, Alfredo, Price of Tea in China for me.
Ooh, man, I got a list. Even though it's super mainstream, I fuck with the Lil Baby My Turn and the Deluxe. The Deluxe was actually fire. Lil Durk, just because y'all waited too. Juice WRLD, Legends Never Die. The Weeknd's album I fuck with. And then Black 6-piece hot EP is flying under the radar right now. And then Currency and Fuse dropped Spring Clean. That's like all the stuff I'm listening to right now from 2020.
Yeah, I need to check out that Currency. Actually, one just came to mind, and it's actually a guilty pleasure of mine. And y'all go get me out of here for this, man. But the City on Lock album is fire. I'm totally serious. Like I said, it with a straight face.
If it's fire, it's fire. I don't judge nobody what they listen to. I listen to everything.
I did hear like a snippet of one because I follow Young Miami on Instagram, much to Sky's chagrin.
Yes, I mean, so do I. So do I.
But like, I heard one of the snippets, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this doesn't sound bad." I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go listen to the album, but like the snippet I heard, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Like the title track is featuring like Lil Durk, and it like goes in, man. It's definitely because for me, somebody that definitely grew up in the South with that type of like music from like the La Chats and from, of course, the well, we're not gonna bring up Trina's name after like the past few months she had, but yeah, so yeah, like it wouldn't be rare that niggas would mess with that music. So yeah, it reminds me of that. So and I do think they have like kind of how we talk about like with Meg and Ooh, but yeah, like they definitely have an aesthetic. They like know how to market themselves and like they dope. So yeah, I think they're cool. And plus Carisha, hey.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad there's women out here making ratchet music that women want to twerk and hoe to.
Yeah,
you can't be mad at that.
I mean, everybody wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for everybody. You know,
Yeah.
I'm good with it. I'm not gonna listen to it, but
Right.
I'm 1000% good with women watching women twerk to that music. While I tune it out and pretend something else is playing. But yeah, nah, it's when I say there hasn't been it hasn't been a great year for music. I don't think there's been like that one project that's just been like yet.
Yeah, there hasn't been like that definitive album of the year yet.
Yeah, because it's been the big artists are holding their cards to they can't do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if which will see, it's a good segue. The big artists, because they can't tour right now, and that's where they make the majority of their money. Like I think this article was saying, like even the biggest artists, the Jay-Z's, Beyonce's, and Taylor Swift's, made like 80% of their music revenue from touring. So if an artist can't tour, they're not going to drop an album behind it. So
I did see some nut shit earlier this week. I seen it was from Nelly's Instagram, and they were having a concert. It was him and the St. Lunatics because the 20th anniversary of Country Grammar just passed sometime last week, I think. And so they were doing this concert, and people were in cars like in front of the stage, and they were like pretty much performing.
Driving, yeah.
Yeah, like that shit was mad weird.
Nah, that's like the future of touring for
that's the future. Yeah,
like that is like I remember, you remember when we were in the PlayStation group chat feed, and Kyle was talking about like now would be a great time to invest in a drive-in. Like yeah, it really like Mark the Mark Ribier dude, he was like the first act to go on tour in the US because he decided to do all drive-in theaters. Like, so his entire tour right now is completely drive-in theaters because that's probably going to be the only way that you can safely get out. And because, as Sue happy as people are in the United States holding a tour, otherwise somebody catching COVID, you might be liable for that shit unless they sign a waiver. But yeah, it's the big acts aren't going to, because why would you drop an album if you can't make no money off it? Because streaming doesn't pay you no money.
Yeah, streaming doesn't pay you no money. You're not gonna get like
doesn't pay you shit.
You're not gonna get a physical sales like you used to. So it's not like you moving units. So
exactly, unless you got people like me who like buy vinyls for the
right
aesthetic value of it and just like to own a record. Like they're not moving records like that, so you're not gonna see. And that's why, and I talked about this with Joe Code on the first episode of the 4 Hour Show. If you're an artist right now, now's the perfect time to drop and work a record.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are talking about a Deante Hitchcock album that dropped 2 months ago. There, people right now are looking for new shit to listen to because the big artists are not dominating like that. You're not about to get back-to-back weeks with Drake and Future and all the super huge artists because they can't go tour and make no money off of it. So they're gonna hold those shits till they can line up a tour where they can at least make some money off the merch and the ticket revenue and all that shit. So if you're an artist and you have a project in the wings, drop that shit.
Drake dropped 2 songs today with DJ Khaled.
I mean,
one of them he sounds like The Weeknd.
I did not listen to him.
Yeah,
that Greasy sounds just like The Weeknd.
I don't. I avoid like almost all Drake records now. It's unless I hear like he's rapping or I see a timestamp in place, I typically don't go listen to a Drake record.
Yeah, out of like all the big rappers, his music is like the least essential to me. Like,
yeah,
and there are big rappers I necessarily don't listen to, but when they drop something, I feel like I gotta like listen to it just to listen to it, just to, like engage in a discourse about whether or not it's good. But Drake, like I'm good on that. I don't have to seek his music out at all anymore.
Yeah, because especially now because the timeline's honest about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not gone are the days that he dropped something in 30 minutes after it's out, niggas are calling it a classic.
It's fire.
You ain't got no hoes if you dislike it or you doubt that. Like those days ain't here. No, niggas are very honest about how they feel about a Drake record these days. Because
the arena that his music would succeed in isn't existent anymore. So yeah, and like think about it, like people would base their opinion on his music based off how certain people reacted to it. So if I mean, if the ladies liked his music, then of course you don't got no hoes if you like his music. So therefore, I have to like his music because I want to get the hoes. So
which is the worst thing ever. Like that helped kill music. That's a conversation to have.
Important tip from our man Joe Cole: drop that project or song, keep working it, find new ways to promote it. This is the perfect time to experiment with marketing your records. Yeah, man. Like let's say you're like a rapper with like a relatively good buzz, and you're like 2 or 3 mixtapes in, or 2 or 3 like albums in. Like I said, you have a good enough buzz, but you're not quite there yet. Just take like 10 of your best tracks, package them together, just drop them on the timeline. Just give people like a compilation so they can see like, oh, this is dope. Let me find more of your work.
Yeah, it's the time to do that. And like, if you're a bigger artist, I've been predicting this for the last 3 years. Ronnie can tell you, Joe Cole can tell you, something's coming from the streaming companies. Because, and this is the pandemic has accelerated this. Streaming companies do not pay shit to artists. Like, I think it takes something insane like something in the tens of millions of streams for you to make $1,200 off Spotify. Something obscene like that for you to make $1,200 off Spotify. Like, it's absurd. And all the streaming breakdowns, you can find charts of this shit online. These are estimates because it changes all the time. No one knows how the streaming companies determine what's paid for. But if you're a big artist right now and you know people want your music, I would not be putting my shit on a streaming site right now. I would be putting it on like a Bandcamp, or just strictly putting it in the iTunes or the Google Play Store. You want it, you're gonna have to come buy this.
Yeah, we bring up Currency, and he's one of the most creative rappers in the game with that, because I want to say it was Pilot Talk 3. Like he was like, Pilot Talk 3 drops Friday, and people were like, okay, where is it? And they were looking on the streaming service. It was like, no, if you bought this album, I sent you a flash drive with the album on there. I mailed it to you. That's how you get the album. So you get a flash drive with the album on there. You get like a note from Currency himself, and that makes a connection with the fan and the artist. And it also means that you can't just go casually listen to the music. You actually got to seek it out by purchasing it. Like,
if you're an artist with any form of a loyal fan base, I would not put an album on the streaming site right now if I had to drop it. I would either roll that. I would either create an app where people can get it, or I would put that shit on like Bandcamp or in one of the places where you have to buy music. I would put it in iTunes, but not have that shit available on Apple Music. I'll put it in the Google Play Store, but not have that shit available on Google Play. I would not have that shit to where it can be a topic and streamed off YouTube. I would make it to not on SoundCloud. You got to come buy this from me, because people are starved for new music right now. Like, if you can't tour, and the only way for you to make money right now is off of your music, you have a couple options. There's something like Twitch, which we're gonna get into. But if you know that you've got the loyal fan base who are willing to spend dollars with you, I would not put that shit on the streaming site. Because what big artists have dropped full length projects this year?
Right. Because just like we talk about with Tenet, like
all of them
it's like before the Rona, like dead on arrival. Yeah.
Yep. They dropped before the Rona. Like that. Have we heard anything from Cardi? Like, has Cardi even put out a record lately?
Nah. She's not worried about that right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have we heard? Has Beyonce put a record out recently?
Nah.
Jay put a record out recently. Drake put out them 2 records, but have we heard murmurs of a Khaled?
They're DJ Khaled records. They're not even Drake records.
Yeah, I mean, have we heard even? I was about to say, have we heard murmurs of a Khaled album? Like, I don't think.
I certainly hope not.
I'm assuming with these 2 Drake songs that he put out that a Khaled album is coming.
I certainly hope not. I hope he keeps that. I sincerely hope he keeps it.
But
that's the last thing we need in 2020.
But like, that's the thing. Like, the big artists are keeping their shit close to the vest because they know they're gonna have to tour. Like, the only big artist I've heard even like working on an album right now is like Adele. And Adele wasn't putting her shit on streaming. Like she waited for a minute. What was it, 25 that she waited for everyone to put on streaming? She's not putting her shit. Well, she wasn't putting her shit immediately on streaming services anyway. And I've heard she's working with Raphael Sadiq and I think Pharrell on this new album.
Ooh, that album's gonna be fire.
Well,
the streets need that.
Somebody like Aaliyah, you can't get none of her music on. Well, except for AJ. I think AJ Nothing But a Number is the only album that you can get on streaming services. So artists should take a look at what their family's doing, or even Nipsey. I remember Nipsey. I think it was Mailbox Money when he dropped. R.I.P. to him, by the way. And he was charging people $1,000 to get that before anybody else, and people was paying for that.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the people. Like I didn't see Nip's vision at the moment.
Oh yeah,
I was just like this dude is crazy. But then I watched an interview where he broke it down. He was like, if I sell 10 albums, I'm good.
Yep.
And then he was like, just imagine if I sell 100. He was like, I'm good. So and then I was like, yeah, because you're making your music a commodity. I mean. Yep. Like he was really ahead of his time with that because like we talked about this on the previous.
I think he said Jay-Z bought like 10 of them. Just
just off the strength of it. Yeah.
Like it's like right now I would be making my music more scarce as opposed to more available. Mm-hmm. Like I sit and I look at artists and they be like, "Yo, go stream my music," and I'm like, "Why are you telling people to stream your music?" Like there was a when I still listen to the Joe Budden podcast, St. John was on there. And Joe was telling him, like, yeah, I bought your album. And St. John was like, why would you buy my album when you can stream it? And I was like, oh, these new artists are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Why are you questioning why a nigga is giving you money? Mm-hmm. Like, that man streaming that album once is going to net you micro pennies. Mm-hmm. Him buying the album is going to get you at least a quarter in your pocket. And you like, well, why would you buy that? Are you fucking stupid? I was like, oh yeah, these new artists are brainwashed by the idea of, because for them it's like, oh well, if you stream it, I get the number one and I get more support at the label. But it's like,
it's the likes culture because because instead of, and it's weird because instead of like, oh my album sold 1 million copies, is now I have 1 million streams. Like who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Because that's not a real number. Like we know that there are people that like they stand for artists and they let albums stream repeatedly. So that doesn't mean anything.
And labels have whole streaming farms set up.
Yeah, they have stream and no, this is a real thing. They're like computer labs in the Philippines where people are just streaming the albums.
Yeah, where they just have it like streamed constant, nonstop. Like none of those like as me being a former musician, I would rather have 1,000 people consistently buying my records than one song streamed 10 million times. Because that I guarantee you I made more from the 1,000 records that somebody bought than the song being streamed 10 million times. Mm-hmm. Can guarantee you that. Like it's
if you was an artist right now, you could make a lot of money selling.
No, I think
you broke up.
Selling your music out your trunk of your car, with your music, this thing you work on followers, you'll come up because people are going to see you. You said what?
You broke up. You like was skipping this shit.
you got a Nelly waffle over there.
I said if you was an artist right now, you can meet up and sell. you can easily make a lot of money selling the music out of your trunk. Right. Am I still breaking up?
No, you good now. You
good. Oh no, I said you can make a lot of music selling like the music out of your trunk, like how the underground rappers used to do, like in Houston, for example. Like Chamillionaire and Paul Wall made a lot of money selling the music out their car. Like you could do that now. Put your music on thumb drives for $5. And come up because 1,000 people will come out to see you in one city alone, and you could literally go on tour doing this. Like, hey, we'll be in Birmingham this week. We'll be in Atlanta tomorrow. Then we'll be in Florida after that. Man, you'll make so much money. Man, let me be an A&R for some of these new people.
Not even A&R, just a manager. Like because it's the thing that Joe Code always preaches. The thing that Joe Code always preaches is consistency. Like you don't worry about going viral. Worry about like if you got instead of trying to figure out why 100 people ain't listening to your product, if 10 people are, find a way to connect with those 10 and grow that 10. Because if you got
because
10,
those 10 people are your allies. Those 10 people are going to tell 10 people.
Exactly. Those 10 people are coming back week after week after week. And that's why you don't worry about the numbers. The numbers will come if you focus on the people that already like you and figure out, okay, what can I do to get them? Because the thing, no one will listen to me saying, listen to my record. But somebody might listen to someone else saying, listen to my record. And that's the thing that you have to get, especially nowadays where everybody is trying to be a creator and the market is so oversaturated with people who are trying to sell you something.
Like I said this on Twitter once, and then like somebody tweeted me that's like, oh dude, I never thought about this. Think about all the times you scroll the timeline and somebody dropped a link and that's like, hey man, I like this new song, listen to it, and you just kept scrolling. But think about all the times you saw a Twitter account with like an anime avi, and they drop a song and people are like retweeting it constantly. It's because there's no face to it, and therefore there's no opinion attached to it, and it's like neutral. And then you see it, you stop, you listen to it. So yeah, basically, if it's coming from another source, you're more likely to listen to it.
Yep, and the source is not attached to you.
Right.
Like, you know, Fee saying I could rap ain't gonna mean something. So they're gonna be like, nigga, that's your brother. You supposed to say that, not knowing that our relationship is not one based on, well, I'm just gonna say some shit is hot that this nigga does because he's doing it. But the people are gonna assume that because that's the way it is. So you have to get smart and get creative and grow that audience. But like talking about like Twitch. So we've talked about this band issues. One that sounds like The Weeknd is fronting a rock band. When they came to Charlotte, I'm friends with the guy who was doing their front of house for their last couple tours. And you know, I came out, saw him because we hadn't seen each other since like way before I left. I think since like 2015 was the last time we hung out. So I see him, and afterwards he's like, you know, everyone's leaving out. I'm like, hey man, I'll catch you later. And he's like, hey man, you want to go grab a couple drinks after we finish loading up? I'm like, cool, I ain't got shit better to do. So I end up kicking it with him and the drummer from Issues. His name is Josh. And Josh has a whole community called Bucktopia, where he has a Discord channel open for it. And it's just all these people who support him. But he has a Twitch channel. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he plays drum covers to whatever you ask him for $10. You donate him $10, he will play drums to whatever song you ask him. And I was like, man, that's pretty damn genius. Because he's like, man, I can't tour right now.
Right. He
makes money. He has a drum sample library. He does Skype lessons for people who want to learn the drums. He just dropped a Ghost Note pack to teach you how to do Ghost Note on drums, stuff like that. But he also has Twitch subscribers, $4.99. I don't know how much Twitch takes it at because I ain't never really been on Twitch like that.
They take about half.
Okay, so yeah, I think he's got somewhere in the neighborhood of like 400 or 500 subscribers. Probably.
But there's also tiers of sub. Like a tier 1 sub is $5. A tier 2, I think, is maybe 10 or 15, and a tier 3 is like $25.
Right. So he's got this loyal community of subscribers, and that's what he caters to. He caters to those 400 to 500 people who are subscribed to his community, and he has a network of musicians around him who help him market that, and he does the same thing for them. And so if you're an artist right now and you're trying to figure out ways to make money, that's a great way to do that. Like, probably a little harder for rappers because the only equivalent to that would be I'll freestyle to whatever beat you send me. Like,
but that's how Mark Ribble came up.
Yes, that is.
Yeah,
that is. What was you about to say, Fee?
No, I'll say, like, if I was a rapper right now, and I would be running up features like for the low, like a $500 feature, $1,000 feature, because you know there's dope boys who want to be rappers, and they will send you that money easily. If I was a producer, like I remember Ski Beats was like at one point in time was like $1,000 for a beat, of like a Ski Beats beat. This man is a famous producer. So
on Reasonable Doubt is saying, you know, a G a beat, anybody.
Yeah, like a G a beat. So I mean,
well, I mean, Lupe did that before. He was on Twitter saying if you send him $500, he'll like do a song with you, but you can't release it. Like,
that's an L though. But I see people like Mickey Fats, for example. He does this all the time. Like I be seeing him 250, 350 a feature.
Our
Like
boy King LJ.
Yeah, he was on LJ's album. Yeah,
on King, which is he got a song. He got a song with him on there. Yep, same thing. But I think Boosie does that. Like Boosie does a lot of songs with up and coming rappers because he's accessible. Like he'll be on Instagram Live and just be like, all right, yo, I'm doing a sale. This much, send it to me.
He'll make a whole post on Instagram and be like, hey, call this number. We in LA for this amount of time. Call this number if you want to get a song done.
Yeah. I mean, it's genius. But I like thinking from a digital standpoint, like, yes, that is a good point. That is one way. But thinking like from how could a rapper like make money on like Twitch doing what like musicians do? Because it's one thing if you like, oh, I'll play the piano or I'll make a beat every day or I'll play along to whatever song you like. It's all other thing if you're a rapper. Like thinking as a rapper, like it might be like, all right, give me a pop song and I'll do a remix feature verse to it. Like some shit like that. Like that would be and that would get fucking tiring. Because it ain't for so many words and so many things that you could use. Like even at my peak when I was freestyling like 12 hours a day, I don't know if I could have did that shit. And as he can tell you, I used to freestyle a lot because our studio was in his bedroom, and I used to always be down in that motherfucker rapping. And this thing would be like, nigga, if you don't leave.
But I think the first rapper I seen, this was before COVID started. The first rapper I seen was probably Sir Michael Rocks, and he would do. I think Monday through Friday he would be on with a producer, and they would make a beat, and then he would freestyle or rap, and they would just pretty much make a song on live stream, and he would do that. And he's built up quite the following doing that on Twitch. And then I seen Quando Rondo. He started playing 2K at the beginning of this year, and he ran up quite the following and was able to get paid off his music and get paid off of Twitch because he has subscribers following him. And
I was about to say, or you could do like a Sauce Walker. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. But if you know who Sauce Walker is, you know what he's doing right now.
I have no idea. I have no idea what he's doing. Y'all gonna have to tell me that.
All right, so Sauce Walker is a rapper out of Houston, and he started an OnlyFans.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, OnlyFans actually started out as a way for
it started out
for like influencers to get paid. It was started off like kind of like trying to be with Twitch.
It's like Patreon, like
I'll give you
adjacent.
I'll give you guitar lessons. I'll give you fitness lessons. I'll give you this. I'll give you this. And then sex workers was like, well, hey. Like, you know how embarrassed I'll be like if I was subscribing to like a legit OnlyFans and like I'm in a relationship and your girl looking at the bank statement or a credit card bill, like, nigga, what do you subscribe? Hey, baby, wait,
wait, I can explain.
It's piano lessons, like. I mean, Ray says, kill that realist beat. He's referring to the 50 Cent realist niggas beat. Sometime when I was a freshman, was this like freshman? No, we lived over on Shady Cove, so I was like a sophomore in high school. But anyway, I had never heard this beat before, and like one of our homeboys was like, "Yo, let's make like a freestyle video." And so someone played that beat, and I just kept rapping to it. I was like, "Hey, play that one again." I spent like 3 hours like freestyling to that shit, and so every time we had like a cipher, I'm like, "Hey, turn on that realest niggas beat." And I'd hog the whole beat, leave like 30 seconds of the fade out for somebody else to come rap to. I actually have like there's a freestyle in my Google Music that Fee was doing, and he's like, I like had went upstairs to go to sleep and I heard niggas rapping, so I like awoke from my slumber and came downstairs and started rapping. And so like I'm rapping and then I like leave out and he like, damn nigga, you just gonna leave me like 30 seconds of the fade out. I used to do that to niggas all the time. Like when I was like 16, 17, 18, you couldn't turn on the beat around me because I was gonna rap to it.
He was like Young Chris. Like if you ever listen to Tough Love, Young Chris will rap at the beginning and he'll rap at the end. And the producer gets no love on the beat because he covers literally every inch of the beat. That's like, how
it's not gonna be a snare without at least on it. Like I was if you played a beat around me, if niggas was making a song and I wasn't on it, Like I'd find a way. If a nigga verse was trash, be like, hey, nah, erase that. Let me. I got some fire right here for that. I was writing while that nigga was fucking up. I can do that better. I was dirty macking beats.
Nothing strange. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I moved that to women.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I feel bad for artists right now. Like I really do. Like mainly not for the big artists because they at least have a following, but for the people who work for them. Like I know plenty of people who work around music who just can't get no work right now. Because that's like tough to make money.
Yeah.
Like imagine if your whole job is predicated on people touring and Ray, what's up with that spit your game? Ray, we recorded how many songs together? You got the best of me on one song. And here you are 15 years later still talking about that shit. You got me on it. It's not going up anywhere because I don't want that shit to get taken down, but you got me on that one. But yeah, if I say all that to say, if you like artists, support them. Buy their music.
Mm-hmm.
You hear an album you like this year, I challenge you to buy that shit if you know you're going to listen to it regularly.
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, you have to.
If you're going to listen to something.
You got to give me, like when Ambition came out, I was so excited for Wale when he went to MMG. So I bought the deluxe edition of his album. I got a fucking t-shirt, some other shit, like a little rubber band. Like he gave me to spend the extra money on his album. Like artists ain't doing that shit. Like,
I will say this: as much as I hate this nigga's music because I think he's one of the most boring rappers out. What he did with this album is actually smart. Travis Scott to get a boost on sales, he sold you merch, and then when you bought like a T-shirt, you got the album with it.
Well, yeah, that's
it's still the other way around.
Well, yeah, that's the trick that niggas.
Well, that's the trick.
Prince was doing that. Prince was doing that shit in the late 90s,
right,
but that's the trick that niggas are doing. Like that's why Billboard actually just changed the rules on that so that you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. but yeah, I mean, you ain't got to.
You see Joe Cole's comment. You ain't got no AJ in your Serato. Hey, that's real shit. That's real shit. That's real shit. No, I'm just playing. But I actually don't like listening to my music. But I agree. But I think the way I look at it is if you actually enjoy the not 1% of the music game, the Cardis, Beyonce's, Jay-Z's, Taylor Swift's, those people, if you enjoy the music outside of that bubble, if you don't start spending money on it, that shit is going to go away. There's already very little music middle class as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the middle class isn't just eroding in from an economic standpoint in everyday America. It's eroding in other industries too. Like banking is a big one. Like there are really big banks and there are small banks. Ain't really too many medium-sized banks out there. Like medium-sized banks are a rarity. You either got super big banks or you got credit unions. You got to take your pick as to which one you want to roll with. So with music, it's getting to be the same. Like there's the really big artists and you got some nice medium-sized artists, but those are going to erode very quickly because those are the ones who are sustained through touring. And them and an entire industry are going to be lost if we don't start supporting them because it's tough. Like, and I get it. Streaming is super duper convenient. I initially got into streaming music because it was a way for me to check an album out before I bought it. And that's still largely why I stream. But then I started making playlists and shit on them. So now I spend more time on my streaming then. Because it'll be songs that I like, but not enough to buy a motherfucker's whole album to make that playlist in my.
But now I'm more inclined to not listen to an album, like because I don't want you getting a stream off me if I like just know I'm not gonna mess with your music. So I'm more inclined to not listen to an album. So it's funny how that works now.
We didn't know how good we had it when Rap Godfathers was
right. Rap Godfathers held us down, man.
But Rap Godfathers was just giving niggas albums for the free.
Like a week or two early too, man.
Yeah. Like niggas albums would be like, yes, nigga, we ain't know how fucking good we had it.
Like if that album dropped December 12th, I was on Rap Godfathers December 5th. Like, what album, man?
Sometimes on Thanksgiving.
Sometimes, right?
You waking up Thanksgiving morning to your favorite artist new album.
Rap Godfathers ruin niggas' careers. Like, think about like Lloyd Banks. What was the second album supposed to be? And when Joe Budden like
the
you
Rotten
left your
Apple?
old album in the
This is my favorite album
like-
leak story. I talked to AJ about this before. Like, if y'all don't know, Lloyd Banks had a copy of the big. What was it? The Big Withdrawal in his pocket.
Yeah, the Big Withdrawal. Or
Yeah,
was
it
it?
was
No,
the
I
Big
think it was I think it was calling it the Rotten Apple, but it ended up becoming the Big Withdrawal.
No, I think that's the other way around because the album dropped with the Rotten Apple. Yeah. So he had it in his pocket.
Yeah, the album
anyway,
was Rotten Apple.
Yeah, the album, he had the album in his pocket. He ended up having a threesome. The album falls out of his pocket, the advanced copy. Of course, a chick picks it up and puts it directly on Rap Godfathers later. So he had
I had
last minute, yeah. And that one was actually fire. So last minute he had to change it to time. I like Lloyd Banks. So
I ain't gonna go that far. Lloyd Banks was once my favorite rapper. So
Lloyd Banks never dropped a good album.
Whoa.
Lloyd Banks has good singles. I agree with him on that. Lloyd Banks has good singles, but not good albums.
Hunger for More.
You don't like Hunger for More?
I hate to be.
I'm So Fly was good. Warrior was good, but outside of that, On Fire was straight. Outside of that,
Young Buck had the best releases outside of 50. And
I can agree with that. Cause Buck the World was even good.
These are not hot. Straight out of Cashville is better than Hunger for More. And I won't argue with anybody.
I agree.
I agree with that. I agree. Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Well, Tony Yayo album was trash, but I mean, Hunger for More was it for how good Lloyd Banks could rap. He was same as Cassidy and all the rest of them.
He's a mixtape rapper. He's a mixtape rapper.
He's a mixtape rapper. He like give you bars. He can't really make a song.
Like, I mean, and then like the 50 trying to lead off with Smile as like to be his like he should have leaned into the nigga's punchlines, not try to do the pretty boy rap shit just because the nigga was light skinned. But like it's funny because and we were talking about this with the war crime that was Smiles and South Star. Wardrobe in that video because that nigga Smiles, the black one. We finally figured out who Smiles and who South Star because they actually saying.
I had it wrong. I thought the other one was Smiles.
No, the black dude was Smiles. He actually says it in his verse.
Okay.
And when he's talking, he says all the girls that did me and South wrong, but that tells you how little we paid attention to that record when it dropped. But he's got on these the NBA logo pants. He's got wide jeans with all these letters on it, but none of them shits look like anything like that we can see. And so I said I wanted a pair of the NBA patch jeans until that Lloyd Banks line that said if that's your man, warn him because it's enough bullets in here to hit every NBA patch on him. And niggas was walking through the hallway and niggas would say that line.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't want those no more. Okay, I think.
Yeah. Like that's.
So here's my thing with the documentary. All that name dropping is trash. Doctor's Advocate is better than the documentary. And I'm not a rap purist. I never liked the documentary because it sounds like leftover shit from 50. The way people hate on Take Care from Drake because it sounds like The Weeknd is the same way we should treat the documentary.
So here's my thing with the documentary. I like the documentary, but it's funny how that album is so good, but Game is like a very bad rapper on the documentary. Like he's not.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm glad you mentioned it
on the documentary. Like he's ass
to me, Game was at his best. Like Game, eventually got better. Like I think his best was like Jesus Peak, obviously. But we forget the time, like the Big Figure mixtapes. Game was
JT
trash.
The Bigger Figure with that nigga.
JT the Bigger Figure.
That nigga was
Game
ass.
was trash.
Like he elevated so much from the documentary to Doctor's Advocate. The Doctor's Advocate.
The Doctor's Advocate is like
way better on the Doctor's
Advocate. I hadn't even thought about listening to the Doctor's Advocate. I had to go pick this nigga up from Mississippi when he was in tech school from coming out the Air Force. And so I'm driving up and he's like, he had what'd you have? What Currency mixtape did you have? He had a Currency mixtape in the Doctor's Advocate. And so he put on the Currency mixtape. I'm listening to that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And he's like, bro, you got to put on the Doctor's Advocate. So we listening to that. He throwing the CD. We driving back up.
Probably and 30.
Yeah. We driving back up. I hear that shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Gabe was not this good on the last album that I listened to, and it's amazing the leap that he made on that. Even though a couple songs he sound like 50.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good point.
But no, I do think production wise, and he's like just a good enough rapper that that's still a top G unit release for me. So I won't argue with that. But I will say, like, I do think over his body of work, Jesus Piece is still his best album.
Oh yeah, that's his magnum opus.
Yeah.
The Kevin Hart skits alone make it that. The Kevin Hart skits are the only thing I would change about Jesus Piece is I would have Ali Boumaier as the intro.
Yeah. Ali Boumaier needs to be the intro.
That should have been the intro. Like swap that with Scared Now, and that album is damn near flawless. Like that album is like I still will throw that album on and just let it ride. Like that shit is perfect. And of course you get the classic 2 Chainz feature.
Roll another one because I'm winning. I'm in the photo, looking real photogenic.
Selling that chicken, no lemon pepper, no sweet and
sour.
My favorite part is skateboard on the track. No lie, just got another plaque. Like, nigga, why are you starting the verse off? Skateboard on the nigga track. But yeah, nah, I can agree, like music wise, if we're not talking Get Rich, that documentary is probably the best one. Game was rapping on doc. So my thing with those,
I'm not saying.
Go ahead, Fee.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying he was out, and the thing that irritated with me so much, he was always name dropping. I'm here with Dr. Dre, or I got a young buck that'll poke. Like, fam, I'm not here for that. What do we want? What about you, Game? Like the Dr.
or how he emulates the guest rapper.
See a little more about him, and it wasn't about everything that was going on.
Yeah, he also told one of the biggest rap lies of all time. I woke up out that coma 2001.
Rap with like 9
around the same time Dre dropped 2001.
No, it was not.
Even though that album dropped in 99.
I was in 5th grade when that came out. And
the album was only called 2001 because Suge Knight dropped the Chronic 2000 and like to preempt Dre from dropping the Chronic 2000. And so he called the album 2001. Chronic in front of it. So no, Game. If you woke up out that coma in 2001, you were two. So unless you were in that coma for 2 years, maybe he meant the same month, but but that album ain't dropped in 2001, bro. That album dropped in 99. I remember very well. But all right, I don't even know. Like, do we need to put a tidy bow on this? We just letting it rock.
I mean, we can just let it rock, man. I think start from scratch is good. Before we leave, I gotta admit, start from scratch is
you are correct.
Yeah, okay. Start from scratch is like probably my dead and running.
And documentary and Doctor's Advocate is a debut 1-2 punch that not a lot of motherfuckers talk about. Like people do not give the Doctor's Advocate the love that it deserves.
That's what I was going to say as a point where we wrap off. We need to have a conversation, possibly next episode, about not only who has like the most underrated catalog, but just who has the best body of work in general. I have a lot of different names floating through my head, but as much as like I really don't mess with Game as a rapper, like I appreciate his music, like he's definitely up there. So I feel like that's a good conversation.
I thought you was gonna say 1-2 punches because I was gonna be like, oh, the answer to that one is easy.
I feel like it isn't, but go ahead.
It's DMX. It's dark and hell is hot and flesh in my flesh.
See, I would still say ATL and Aquemini on that, but you know,
it's for me, it's X or Lupe or Outkast. Like if you talking like first 2 albums, I don't know that you're getting a 1-2 better than X did though, because he did those in the same calendar year.
Okay, that's it. That's the conversation. The best 1-2 punch, because because I would also throw Tribe in there as well for Low End Theory and Midnight Marauder. So yeah, I feel like that's a better conversation.
Dre technically can be in there too, even though he shouldn't.
And
And
Put those Nas in there.
yay. Yeah, that's a good conversation. We'll have that conversation.
yeah.
Lee,
Nas.
Lee, you want to be on here to give your rap purist thing for that one? we also got to do hip hop starting five MCs for each city. We also got to do that one.
Oh yeah,
but
we gotta do that too.
I the only thing is next week I might be in Bama, so I don't know if I'm gonna have all my recording shit with me. So
all right,
it might just be me and this nigga in a room talking off one mic.
All right. You know how to rock the mic right.
Hey, Caden. But all right, yeah, make sure y'all tune in for the after party. Definitely DMX. Yeah, I see where it leads going. Make sure y'all tune into the after party, which starts in about an hour.
Nas Lee.
D
No. Okay, nah. See, I gotta take this to Twitter and argue. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Sunny days, bro.
Absolutely
Everybody
not.
loves sunny days, though.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hey, nah. Actually, you know what? If we gonna do this with Tribe, I got to see if I can get my if I'm free, I'm definitely down to derail the conversation. If I'm free, I might got to see if we can get my cousin Chauncey on here because he's a huge Tribe fan. So he would actually, funny enough, his dad was actually like in the studio for like the first 2 TLC albums, I think. He was like a Dallas Austin protege. So
okay.
Yeah, he actually was like has been in studio sessions with Prince and shit. So my cousin.
Oh yeah. You told me this before.
Yeah, my cousin has like a boatload of like musical stories that he can like drop in. But he loves Tribe. So I may see what he's doing and see if he can join us to come on and talk because he's a real student.
On the floor,
so
sounds good.
But make sure y'all stay tuned in for the after party. Are we keeping is the feed gonna be up?
Yeah, the feed's gonna be up, and I don't like. We may come in like 30 minutes from now. I don't think it's gonna be an hour like last time. But basically, leave this feed up.
Yeah,
we're gonna have an after party. We're gonna play. It's gonna be a Dirty South playlist. So a lot of Outkast, which is the greatest group ever, not just rap. But anyway, so yeah, just stick around. Just stick around for that. We'll be back.
Yeah, man. Make sure you follow the YouTube. Subscribe, turn the notifications on. Follow everybody at their respective Twitter handles. Make sure you check out the litany of podcasts that we got. We might even get Fia's own solo podcast. You never know. Where he can talk about all things weed rap and luxury rap and all the shit that he listens to. I don't know what you listen to anymore, so I don't know how to describe this shit. But all things that he loves. You never know. We're like the Ringer, but like not like bad. Never mind. The Ringer's not bad. They're just really white. Yeah, they're just really white. But anyways,
it's gonna be all non-hip hop purist opinions on my shit.
And you would wonder how we shared a room for 16 years with such differing opinions. But as I say, he and Joe Code are more indicative of Midwest hip hop fans than me. Yes, the South gonna hold it down. That's one of the greatest songs. That's one of the greatest songs of all time.
Hey, when we play that, when it gets played, you have to play that Facebook video when them dudes is rapping in like Tauruses.
Yeah, nah. Like we have to play that YouTube video like during the thing. Like that's the greatest music video of all time. The South gonna hold it down is the greatest song of all time. I'm willing to stake my flag and my reputation on that. Like regardless of genre. The video, everything is the greatest song of all time. It predicted the future. It is in song form what Andre 3000 said at the Source Awards. South got something to say, and the South said we're gonna hold it dying. But anyway, check out everything. We're gonna pause this. Make sure y'all stay tuned to everything that we're doing. But come for the after party. Sit your ass in the house. Don't spread or catch the Rona. Bring you some brown liquor, preferably. Get you some Uncle Near. Support Black people. Support Black enterprise. Follow all of our friends who you have seen up on this thing. Follow Lee. Follow Joe Code. Joe Hicks doesn't have anything on any social media. And follow Remy Ray as well. But other than that, we out this bitch. Peace.
Peace.